good, y'all? Episode 40, Crosswalk. We missed last week, but we back at you. I'm Jax, that's Cross if you don't know. But before we dig into anything, man, how was the weekend? How'd you enjoy UFC 327? What's going on?
Man, UFC 327 was a movie, bro. It was amazing. I loved it. It's good when we get reminded why we fell in love with the UFC, and
Yeah.
cards like that it reminds us why we fell in love with the sport. It was a phenomenal card, didn't disappoint, and honestly, I think we literally only had one fight that was kind of a dud on the whole card. Like, you cannot go wrong. Great weekend.
Yeah. It's one of those cards that you can actually really rewatch. We can't say that for all the cards. But so this is episode 40. I know you got a number 40. This is way easier than last week or the week before, number 39. Who you got for number 40?
So my number 40, I'm gonna go a little off, take it back to childhood, man. But I'm going with the Rain Man, Sean Kemp, dog. Like 6'10", crazy athletic, explosive. Probably has one of the most iconic dunks in NBA history, where he came down the lane, cuffed it, dunked it on dude, and then pointed at him like that, bro. Like, it's iconic. So for me, it's the Rain Man.
Dude, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that one. That's crazy that I didn't think about it, because I was literally just in Seattle. I literally went to, like, he has a cannabis shop there, and there's a huge mural of him on the outside of it. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. But the first person I thought of is another old school, is Gale Sayers.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears, man. Went into the Hall of Fame at age 34. And I think he only played like 7 seasons, which is nuts. But he was one of the first people, I'm sure, that you see him on tape and you're like, okay, I see why.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, like, you didn't watch him actually play, but when you go back and look at clips, you're like, yeah, he was different.
Yeah, way different. 22 touchdowns in this rookie season. Like, they weren't doing that back then. But UFC 327, like you said, was a movie. Lots of good fights, lots of dope fights. But instead of going like straight down the card, like, there's a lot of people out there that really do that really well. And shout out to MMA Anomaly. It was his birthday just the other day. He's another person that does that really, really well, going down the card and breaking down the fights. But I wanted to do it a little bit different, man. But I wanted to see who was your MVP of the night.
So I think there's an obvious pick, but I want to go a little off the obvious pick and go something that I feel like you're not gonna pick, just to, keep it fresh a little bit. I'm gonna go Paulo Costa, man. Like, if you look at the light heavyweight rankings, he just beat the number 5 or number 6. Azamat's number 6. So he just beat the number 6 light heavyweight. So he's gonna be probably 6'5", somewhere in there. And if you look at the top 5, all of them are coming off losses. The new champion just tore his ACL, so there's probably gonna be an interim belt. This dude gets one win, and now he might be getting a title shot next.
Dude, that is a great pick, because, like you said, I mean, it's an easy walk up to the championship. I mean, he's a fresh face too. There's been a lot of reruns. Obviously, we saw, Jiri being put back into the title picture. That's a great pick. And you know what? Like, the light heavyweight division, not only is it opened up for Paulo Costa, it opened up for Hamza Chimaev. Because if there's one thing that you don't see a ton of in the division, is a lot of grappling. And that dude could tear them up. I mean, they just had a champion that doesn't really grapple that much. So yeah, that's a great pick. My MVP, I don't even want to pick this guy, dude. I really don't. But
I already know where you're going.
Obvious, man. It's Hokit, man. He did everything to get in front of in people's faces and create that polarization that works. We've seen it with Colby Covington. We've seen it with Conor McGregor, with with tons of others. And he's created that, and you know it's a bit, you know it's a character, but he came out and fought. I mean, and had one of the most impressive, if not the best heavyweight fights of all time with Curtis Blades. And obviously
Yep.
Curtis Blades had to show his heart for it to be that good. So I mean, unfortunately, I gotta say, Josh Hokett. I really don't want to say that.
Yeah, that's definitely an easy pick, man. You think about it,
Yeah.
like he literally like kind of stole the card when you think about it, as far as eyeballs. And he goes in there, has phenomenal fight, gets the bonus, and then gets a fight scheduled on the White House. Like, dude, everything he touches right now turns to gold, man, for real.
Dude, it's so unfortunate that he came in with that bit, and I don't know, man. I've seen people on social media saying, a lot of polarizing things themselves as far as like the way to look at it, but he's playing the game. He's playing the game and winning at it. And I'm not mad at him. I don't like the bit. Dana has said in the press conference that he don't like the bit, but it's working.
Yeah.
So nothing you can say about that. Before I move to the next award, let me see what they talking about in the comments over here. Matua said, does Jiri deserve another title shot?
I don't think so.
Nah, man. It's super unfortunate too, because okay, so let me ask you, on that fight, obviously, everybody knew, Jiri knew that Ulberg tore his ACL. Like, you knew. And what I've heard from some people is that Jiri allowed him to win that fight by taking it easy on him, quote unquote. And then I've heard other people say that he didn't take it easy on him because he still was doing leg kicks, and he still was trying to get him out of there. But what's your take on it?
So I'm gonna come at it a little differently. So it's kind of one of those things to where when you're in the midst of whatever you're doing, you're in the fight, you're locked in, you're razor focused, and then now you see the guy in front of you is hurt. What I think happened is that Jiri relaxed mentally, and then that allowed for what happened to happen. Like, it's kind of one of those, it's kind of like one of those, you see it across all sports. Like, someone will have something that's like a gimme, and they like it's a drop, hit them right in the hands, they drop the ball, or a layup and they're uncontested. It's just like you relax for like that split second mentally. And in sports, man, it can all change in the blink of an eye, and that's literally what happened. And it's crazy because Ulberg showed him the left hook like 3 times before he threw it and landed. And I think that's exactly what happened. He relaxed mentally, and then he got caught.
Yeah, I mean, a wounded animal is the most dangerous animal, and he was clearly wounded. And Carlos, he knew that if this got out of the first round, that they were going to stop the fight. He knew that, so he was going to do everything that he could. So Jiri, he let him off the hook, man. He really did. He really
100%.
So on that, who was the most disappointing fighter on the card to you?
Well, for me, that's a pretty easy. We just touched on it. It's Jiri Prochazka, man. He had every advantage once the injury happened, was clearly visible. He didn't even have to land another strike. He literally could have ran around the octagon and nothing would have happened. And he would be the 2-time light heavyweight champion now. Like, had it right in front of him, got overzealous, let his guard down, and paid the price. So unfortunately, it's Jiri Prochazka.
Yeah, which of course that's a great pick. I'm gonna go Azamat Murzakanov.
Yep, it's another good one.
Like, going into this fight, like, I mean, you were the one that actually really put me on Murzakanov and how good he was a long time ago, and I was just waiting for him to capitalize on somebody who was in the smaller weight class. But Paulo Costa did not look like he was the smaller man at all. But Murzakanov, man, he just kept on dipping, and those body kicks were just tearing him up. And he just I don't know. He didn't show the same fire that he did in the previous fights. So Mirzakhanov definitely let me down, and it was very disappointing. But there's an honorable mention. Nate Landwehr. I don't know what happened to
Ooh,
that dude.
bro, he
That
knew the
dude,
assignment. He knew the assignment.
is he the new Nico Price? What's going on?
Apparently, I mean, Nico Price ain't in the UFC no more, so somebody else got to take that job.
Bruh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Maxwell said that he wasn't even thinking about Hamzat moving up. You better think about it. There's a wide opening for him to move up. I mean, huge. Adam Grimsley said, wow, nice to see this couple again.
We appreciate it, dog. We appreciate it.
Yeah, not like that, but you know. Sean Moody, first of all, Sean Moody came in with the first comment and he said Blades was robbed. What do you think about the scorecard on that?
I think it was it 30-27 or was it 29-28 across? Because I honestly can't remember, but I will say this: the first round was very tough to score because I think they both dropped each other, they both hurt each other, and they both like almost got a finish. I think in like the first round, if I'm remembering it correctly. Yep. So I can get that side of it, but I think in the second round that was clearly a Hockett round, and then round 3, I just don't think a whole lot happened. But Hockett, it was kind of like in round 3 where like Blaze would land a little bit. Hockett would land a little bit. They just were alternating, taking turns. And but I think they got the decision right though.
Yeah, I think so. Because if you look at damage, I mean, I think anybody could see that Blades by far took the most damage. Yeah. Even in the rounds in the first round that I would have maybe given it to Blades. I think his orbital probably
he broke his orbital.
Yeah, so yeah, dude, the right person won that fight. All right, so from a stock up and stock down perspective, who do you think stock went up and who's a person whose stock went down?
So we've already touched on a bunch of people. They're obviously the obvious answer. I'm gonna throw another name out there that probably is gonna get a little overlooked. Aaron Pico, brother. Aaron Pico looked the part at UFC 327, did whatever he wanted against Patricio Pitbull, showed really good wrestling, really, really good boxing. The boxing looked really crisp. And I was during the watch along, I was saying in the chat, to me, he looks like Michael Chandler, like a 145 Michael Chandler.
He definitely does.
Not quite as much power, but very explosive, very strong wrestler. Like it's just right in your face, looking to land, and he has a little bit better boxing than Michael Chandler. That's pretty much what I see with Aaron Pico, and I think it was a very good performance in his rebound fight in the UFC.
Yeah, that's a great one for stock up. Who you got for stock down?
Stock down. It's gonna be Curtis Blades. I mean, the division is so shallow, and this is their second time doing this to him. I mean, they gave him Rizvan Kuniev, and then they gave him this fight against Hockett, and then he ended up losing. Unfortunately, he gonna go down in the rankings. Yep. And now, you know, it's kind of like the heavyweight division is trying to replenish. It's trying. I mean, you got Hockett coming up out of nowhere. You got Pinto coming out of nowhere that's unranked at heavyweight. Alex Pereira, new guy in the division. Tom Aspinall should be getting back. He's back training now. Hopefully we can get him back. So I think Curtis Blades is going to be the guy that really, really takes this. I feel like this loss is going to be really, really tough on him.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, like you said, they did him pretty dirty with two outside the rankings fighters that he had to fight, but those are guys you're supposed to beat if you're up there. So yeah, it's unfortunate. You know what would be interesting is I mean, I know that Hockett got booked for the UFC Freedom card. But I
Mhm.
think I would have preferred to see him in Salsa Boy doesn't have to do this, but I think I would prefer to see him against Waldo Cortez Acosta, just to see, just to see how the striking battle will go. I think that would be an interesting fight, and maybe we get it eventually. But that's what I would have preferred to see again, instead of him fighting, another guy who's been in the division for quite a while. But that's supposedly one of Trump's favorite fighters is
Derrick
a
Lewis.
black. Yeah, yeah. So I
But I
get it,
do
but
but I do think this fight is a little different though. Like, yes, if he gets Derrick Lewis down, like I think the fight is done. But on the feet, Derrick Lewis got the nuclear option. And if he
yeah.
lands anything like what Curtis Blades land,
Oh
Josh
yeah,
Hogan could wake up in the ambulance.
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully, yeah. I'm not gonna hold my breath on it because in big fights, Curtis Blades tends to let us down. But
Yeah.
I mean, not Curtis Blades, but Derek Lewis. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that happens. For my stock up, this is a different pick because his stock can't go anywhere from here. But I'm gonna pick Cub Swanson for him to go
Mm.
out the way that he did. I feel like if he would have retired out just before this and just went out the way whatever the last fight was, his stock wouldn't be as high as it is now. Now he put it in people's faces how good he was as a fighter, and they're going to remember him by the way that he knocked out Nate Landwehr.
Yep.
Like, so that's stock up for me. Stock down. Ugh. I gotta go Pitbull, man. I
Yeah,
gotta go
that's a good one.
Pitbull.
That's a good one.
Pitbull, like, and I know he's definitely older than Aaron Pico, but I thought that he righted the ship in his last fight, and I thought this was going to be a more interesting fight, but it just really wasn't. And and of course, obviously, this is a Bellator main event, but um, he just I don't think that he can make any noise in this division. I think he
Yeah.
just solidified that. So really, he's just going to be fighting his way out of the promotion soon, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
that's stock down for me for sure. All right. So anything else you want to touch on this card? Oh, one thing I want to ask you before we move. Mateusz Gamrot.
Yep.
What do you, obviously he did what he does
Mm-hmm.
against Esteban Ribovic, but do you think of him any higher than he was before, or is it just this is what he does and this is about as far as he's going?
Nah, to me, what we saw is pretty much what we see when Mateusz Gamrot wins fights. Like, he's just gonna grind you out, get the takedowns, control you, all the scrambling, the chain wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't learn anything new about Mateusz Gamrot. It was just one of those things, man, when the young up and coming prospect goes in there against the vet, man, the vet just showed him there's levels to this game and there's still things you got to learn and develop and get better in your game. And I think a lot of good is gonna come from this for Rivas. He's gonna have to learn, like, hey, I gotta work on my takedown defense. I gotta work on my get-ups. I can't just accept the position on the bottom. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna get better because he is a fighter and he steps in there. And I mean, I think something else he's gonna learn too is like when you're fighting a grappler like that, you can't come forward too much. You got to be under control and you can't
Yeah.
overswing. And then they just shoot right underneath you, get on your hips and get that easy takedown.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Let me check out some of these comments. Maxwell said, was Blades on the downturn or is Hoka legit? Smaller, faster heavyweights in? Hmm. That's a
What you
good
got?
question. I think it's a little bit of both. I do think that Blades is on a downturn. Um, I think a few years ago when Blades is he mixed his wrestling with his striking and his ground and pound a little bit better. Now, mind you, Hoka is a very good wrestler. Wrestled at a lower division, wrestled against the likes of Bo Nickel.
Mm-hmm.
But and he is faster, but you didn't see some of the destructive on the fence in the clinch type punching that Curtis Blades that he did before. Like when he was on his run right before he fought Derek Lewis, and Derek Lewis knocked him out with that uppercut, Curtis
Mhm.
Blades looked really dangerous. But I think that Curtis Blades is gone. And Hoka,
Yeah.
he's the smaller man. He's faster. He came in at what 233.
Yeah.
Like it's just a better situation for that particular fight. Now I don't know how that's going to translate to the upper echelon of the division, but we'll see that. And I mean, we won't see that in the next fight because I don't think that Derek Lewis is in the upper echelon of the division anymore.
Yeah, but Derek Lewis might land that right hand. If he lands that right hand, bro, like it's
Yeah.
good night, Irene.
It is. It is. Shout out to Westy. He said 10-7 MMA raid. But yeah, you're right. He does have that equalizer. We'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
And Sean Moody said it was 29-28.
Okay.
And Blades did outland him as far as significant strikes go. But I think most of those were jabs.
Yeah. Bro, when Blaze would he would throw that 1-2 and then he would just extend the combination, that's when he was catching Hokit. And I'm like, bro, do you not see literally what he's doing? And it just worked the entirety fight. But that was phenomenal fight, man. Phenomenal fight.
It was. Weston said he thinks that Derek Lewis is going to be gone too. I think so soon.
Bro,
I mean,
Derek Lewis too much of an entertainer to be out of there, dog. Like
I
he
don't know,
understands
man.
his job, man. He show up for a good time, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, and now mind you, he's not getting knocked out. When he gets finished, you're not even really quite sure that he's finished. It feels like he just quit.
Yep.
But I don't know how many times he wants to do that. I'm not really sure.
Bro, he gonna keep going in there doing it, man.
Yeah. Oh, there's your boy.
What's going on, Grammy?
All right. So you want to talk about some basketball real quick?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So we did the NBA record draft early in the year, and yeah, it didn't go well for me. But you know what though? Cross is on a roll with whatever he's picking. Everything that he picks right now is turning into gold.
Whoa. Don't be trying to do that. You trying to jinx me. I know what you're doing. You ain't slick. I know what you're trying to do. You ain't about to jinx me, man. Don't do that.
It's the truth. It's the truth. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Y'all should see what he's picking on the underdogs competition. Like I'm in second place, and he is destroying us. It's crazy. It's crazy. But for this, I know Chico was in this thing. Yeah, so Cross is way up there, 428 wins. Chico with 411, and I'm way at the bottom. Let me switch that back. I'm way at the bottom. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, oh well, whatever. Nobody cares about that. So, let's talk about the playoffs, man. The playoff seedings and how everything is supposed to be breaking down. Let me throw it up here, see if it'll stop us. Yeah, let's do it like this. There we go. All right, so there's the seedings right there. When you're looking at that, Grammy said that was too close up. When you're looking at that, first of all, I'm gonna look at the East. The Pistons. I don't know how much you've been watching, but the Pistons just got Cade Cunningham back. But they're the number one seed. Do you have any faith in the Pistons at least getting to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna buy that just because to me the East is looking a lot like the Eastern Conference again. Like I'm not seeing much over there. Like the Pistons, I mean the Celtics aren't what they were, even though they're a 2 seed. The Sixers, not like the Knicks, maybe, but I feel like the Knicks always find a way to lose. Yeah, man, like it would not surprise me at all to see the Pistons get to the Eastern Conference Finals because I mean, whoever comes out of the play-in, I think they'll get that done, and then they're going to play the winner of Cleveland and Toronto. Yeah, like
Mhm.
I definitely think they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals for sure.
Yeah, I think they got a nice little path to get there. I the Celtics they've been looking really good too down there in the 2-7 game. They play the winner of the 76ers or the Magic, and the Magic have looked like trash the majority of the year.
Mhm.
Um, the 76ers, Joel Embiid just had a appendectomy, so there's no telling what's going to be up with him. So I feel like we're destined to get Celtics versus Pistons in the finals. I think
I
that's the
mean,
way it's going to go.
I think the Knicks can have something to say about that too.
Man, the Knicks might lose in the first round, bro.
True, because the Hawks, man, they kind of a sleeper low key.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have
But it's
any faith.
Atlanta, dog. Like you just if it can go wrong, it will go wrong with Atlanta, dog.
That's true. That is true. But I do like, the way that they put things together, after getting rid of Kristaps Porzingis and Trey Young and
Hmm.
kind of centering the team around Jalen Johnson. I like how they put it together. And the Knicks, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think when they have expectations, things go wrong for them. And I think that they had expectations going into this year, especially with all the injuries on the Eastern side, all these Achilles tears, the Bucks, falling apart.
Hmm.
The Knicks were right there to be a number one seed, but I think this is a bad matchup. I think this might be a bad matchup. I'm not picking the Hawks, but I would not be surprised.
Okay.
I wouldn't be.
I know one
Um,
thing. We got two nasty series in the Western Conference though. Ooh, that
yes,
4-5 matchup and the 3-6 matchup. Ooh, that's gonna be
yeah.
some good basketball right there, boy.
All right, so let's start at the 3-6 matchup. Now, obviously, the we know what we're gonna get with Denver. A lot of Jokic, a lot
Hmm.
of Jamal Murray, the
Yep.
2-man game doing that. But Ant for the Timberwolves, he's actually been out quite a bit lately. So, and now mind you, the Timberwolves did beat the Nuggets in the previous year, but I don't know, man. I think the Denver Nuggets might run right over them.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if Anthony Edwards can take his play to another level in the playoffs. He's kind of primed for it, but I mean, the season Jokic is coming off, leading the NBA and rebounds and assists is just
Yeah,
crazy at that position. Like that, we've never seen that before. So Denver's definitely gonna be ready. But I think that series is gonna be phenomenal.
yeah. Now you mentioned the 4-5
Hmm.
matchup, the Lakers and the Rockets.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts going into that one?
It's gonna be must see TV. We getting Bron and Durant. It's gonna be must see TV. Luka Doncic is gonna obviously do his thing. He's number one option for the Lakers. And I think that series is gonna be a lot of fun because I mean Houston's got so much size. They like to get it inside. Um, I think that's gonna be a dogfight series too.
So for the Lakers, Luca is probably going to miss this series, and Austin Reeves is out for the series too.
Oh well, yeah, it's a wrap now. It's a
I
wrap.
think that I think we might get 4-0 in that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep because LeBron ain't
Yeah,
got the legs to carry that kind of load.
he can't, man. That's too much. That's way too much. I mean, they are a better team when he is the third option. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that. Like, he's 41 years old. Like,
And Grimy, I'm not a big Bron fan. I'll tell you that right now, bro. I am not a big Bron fan.
I'm a fan of him to a certain extent. Like, he's not a mythical figure to me, but um but I recognize his greatness for sure. But I also recognize that he's 41 years old. I mean, and I've been 41 years old and I know how that feels. And even even as a top tier athlete, like you physically can't recover that way back to back to back to back to back, it's
Mhm.
just much more difficult than it was when you were 31.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough. It's a heavy load for him to take. KD doesn't have to do all that.
And
He
then
won't.
KD is so efficient as well too,
Yeah.
man. That's the thing. Like KD can get you an easy 25.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Maxwell,
I'm
don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I am definitely not a massive Bron fan. Like, can I admit he's a great basketball player? Absolutely. But
yeah.
trust me, anybody that knows me would be like, absolutely not. He's not a Bron guy. Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
All right. So give me your predictions on the first rounds.
I think OKC moves along. Houston, Denver, San Antonio, Boston, Knicks. Then I'll go with Toronto over Cleveland and the Pistons.
So I got obviously the Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, Spurs, Pistons. I'm gonna take the Cavs. I'm gonna take the Hawks,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take the Celtics.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I'm not as confident on that Hawks Knicks, but I do think that Hawks Knicks series might be the best one that we see in the whole
First round.
first round. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What's next?
Let's go to my awards. My awards. These are my predictions for the awards. Let's see. All right. All right. So these are my predictions for this is all NBA teams. We'll just run through them real quick. All right. First team, I got Victor Wembanyama, Kawhi
Yep.
Leonard, SGA, Jaylen Brown, and Nikola Jokic. For the second team, I got Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Jamal Murray. And for the third team, I got James Harden, Jalen Duran, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns. One person got cut off. Jalen Johnson. I don't know why he's not on here. Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson makes his
Yeah.
first.
He
That's
had a
those are
solid
my
year down with the Hawks.
yeah. So there's a few notables that are missing. Kate Cunningham's not there because he didn't make the 65 games. Then Luka's not there. Now he may get the 65 games if his protest goes through. We'll see. Ant is not there because he doesn't have 65 games.
Yeah.
I did leave Cunningham off Grimy because he won't have 65 games. So
Grimy wants you to make excuses for his guy.
yeah,
If
he made it, if he got to 65, he'd be first team for me. But
yeah.
he unfortunately for him. And then on the actual awards themselves, let's do this. There we go. For the awards, I got SGA win MVP. I got Cooper Flag as Rookie of the Year. Victor Wembanyama as Defensive Player of the Year because he's going to win that probably for the next 10 years. I got Jalen Johnson as the Most Improved Player, and Donovan Mitchell as the Clutch Player of the Year.
Solid. I think the only deviation I have, I think Victor's going to do MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to hit both of them.
It's possible. It's highly possible. And if he does, then I won't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad.
His impact on the defensive end just cannot be measured, bro. He is probably in a short term, he's already probably the greatest rim protector ever, bro. Ever.
Yeah. Man, Rudy Gobert's so mad at that. I know he mad.
I mean, he can be mad, but I mean, the numbers are the numbers, dog. Like the amount of blocks he gets night in and night out, we ain't seen it before.
Yep, that's true. I mean, he can guard people on the perimeter too.
Mm-hmm. And just think, bro, like he gets those blocks, and like he ain't facing dudes in the paint. These are blocks like him coming from the weak side. Like it's just imagine if like more dudes were in the paint and it was more shots in there. He would have even more blocks.
Dude, it would be so ridiculous. It already is. I mean, like I said on the last episode, man, to me he's the best player in the game already.
Yeah.
and he's going to be the best player in the game unless he gets hurt, which I hope he doesn't. But unless he gets hurt, he's going to be the best player in the game for a while.
Yeah.
Grimey's talking about Kate Cunningham.
Yeah.
His collapsed lung. I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, it sucks. I mean, like I said, he had a career year, but rules are rules, man. You got to get to 65 games. That's all it is. So there was something else that I was going to talk about that I forgot. I feel like we talked about it. But, let's talk about the UFC Winnipeg real quick.
Okay, yeah, we can touch on it.
I mean,
it ain't much to talk about on it, but we can talk about it. I mean, Gilbert Burns, Mike Malott headliner, co-main event, Kyler Phillips, Charles Jourdain. I mean, honestly, I think those are probably like the only two fights like most people going. I mean, yeah, like people that watch all of it, yeah, they'll know about more people. But I think those are probably the two fights people really gonna care a whole lot about.
Man, do you think that the main events of even the fight nights were better than what we're getting right now?
I do, but at the same time, like we had some bad ones in the Apex as well. Like I think we had was it Rose and somebody else, and then like Macy Barber headlined the Apex event. Was that the one where she passed out or whatever?
Yeah.
Like there's been some bad.
She was supposed to fight what's that girl's name?
Erin Blanchfield.
That's it. Yeah.
So I mean, we've had some interesting Apex cards, but this ain't even Apex card, and this one is like, bro, what are they doing to the Canadians? I think when they go to Canada, man, they just can't put good cards together.
It's tough, man. Like what I can say about last year is that the fighters that headlined for the most part, and this is just off the top of my head, I feel like they were ranked a little bit higher. It just seemed like they were ranked a little bit higher. Is Burns ranked right now? What is he ranked?
Nah. I think he's like on a big time loss streak.
Yeah,
he's like
lost four fights.
Yeah, 4 in a row. He's lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, I mean, I know they wanted to get Malott in because he's Canadian and to headline. And really, honestly, Jasmine Jasudavicius, like that's another ranked fighter that's really popular in that area. I understand that, but nah, bro, this ain't it. This is not it.
For sure. No doubt.
What do you think about the Kyler Phillips and Charles Jourdain fight?
So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Kyler Phillips, striker, want to keep it on the feet, very fast, want to stay at range. I think he can give Jourdain some fits from when he's out at like that kickboxing range. But I like Jourdain in the clinch. I like Jourdain even with takedowns. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive fight. I mean, they're going to be in the big octagon. Kyler Phillips is on a two-loss streak, though, unfortunately. Charles Jourdain is one. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. So definitely going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I do like seeing Ja Herbert fight. He's on the card as well. Like I said, Jasmine Jasudavicius, I like seeing her fight as well. She was one fight away from fighting for a belt. So she's entertaining fighting Karine Silva. Yeah, after that. I mean, there's other fight. I think that the card will probably be exciting. To Matchell's point, the card, these are the ones that are always exciting.
Yeah.
We may not know, they might not have the name value, but they're exciting. But just going into it is going to capture the people not like us to watch. I don't think so. I
will say this though, the bonus structure now is providing for, I think, some more entertaining fights. And maybe it's just a lately thing or something, but I think that's had something to do with it.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of bonuses, you heard about that $1 million bonus for the White House card?
No, I did not hear that.
You hear me call it the white card? I mean, that sounds about right. But yeah, they're going to do a $1 million bonus for that one. which I mean,
Interesting. Okay.
that's a lot of money. That is a lot
I
of
mean, it's
money.
what, 7 fights now that they got Hogan on there?
Yeah, 7 whole fights. Yeah. Have you seen the preview? I've seen a
You know
promo.
what? I have not seen. I know it's out there, but I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, unless it's more than what I saw, I thought it was just Dana White riding in the car and then pulling up to the White House and getting out and walking in. And then
Gotcha. Okay.
they show like highlights of Ilya Taporia fighting, and then show him walking. He's probably not even walking with over there. It's got like the Washington. It might have been the Washington Monument behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. But like, it reminded me of when Connor and Aldo were about to fight, and they did the promo.
Yeah.
I was like, man, y'all should have been doing this the whole time. Don't wait for
Yeah.
just this. Like, it's disappointing, and it further drives home my point of they are formulaic and they're just getting the thing going. And then when something special happens, then they decide to put in some effort, like the Sphere, like UFC
Yeah.
300. Like, now we're putting in some effort.
They
for
need
your
to put
boy.
in some effort for UFC 328. That's the one I'm hyped for.
Yeah, and they won't.
You already know what time it is over here.
I do. I definitely know what's going on now. So let me ask you, since we got time, we can dive into it a little bit. Dude, what happens if Khamzat loses, man?
If Khamzat loses, then we're gonna have to deal with Sean Strickland on the mic. Just like, come on, dog. Like that's literally what it's gonna be. That's literally what it's gonna be. I hope we do not have to deal with that, but we're gonna see though. I honestly though, I think Khamzat gonna make it look easy again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think so, man. How does one beat Khamzat? How do you
So
beat him?
first off, you gotta have some grappling credentials. Like you can't just be a guy, a MMA guy that comes in there and you just defend takedowns and you think that's gonna be enough. You cannot do it. You have to be an elite grappler. If you look at any of the fights that Khamzat has had where there was any resistance, what were they? All elite grapplers. Gilbert Burns, multiple time like world champion BJJ, Kamaru Usman, one of the best grapplers in the UFC history. Like you got to be elite in the grappling department. And I just don't think that's Sean Strickland. I know everybody talks about it. He can get up from takedowns, but it's a different level when you going up against these dudes. That's all they've been doing. That is what they got their start in. And Khamzat Chimaev out here wrestling Olympic level wrestlers, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah. The only way that I can see Sean Strickland winning this fight is if Khamzat does something where he tries to just play Sean's game. That's the only way I can see it. He decides to, okay, let's just strike, and Sean just outpoints him. That's the only way I could see it. And I don't think
why would he do that? Why would he do it?
He wouldn't.
Exactly.
He wouldn't. He would never do that.
I mean, the only way I can see Strickland winning is like Khamzat shooting, going for a double, and like Strickland landing a knee or uppercut at like the perfect time. It lands, catches him out cold. But outside of that, like after that first takedown, it only just goes downhill from there. It's going to be an avalanche downhill after that.
Yeah. Matthew said that he hears what you're saying. However, there's a precedent where a non-wrestling dude came in and out wrestled everybody. GSP. I mean, that's true, but that's an anomaly.
I hear that. But Olympic level wrestlers, it's a totally different animal. Totally different. It's kind of like comparing a guy that runs a decathlon at his 100 meters against guys that just run the 100 meters.
Yeah, that is not close. It's not going to be a close.
They're not even in the same frame.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And if he wins that fight convincingly, let's say he chokes out Strickland in the first or second round, I'm almost certain that he's going to call for going up. I can't see it any other way. I really can't.
I think the fights are even easier at light heavyweight than they are at middleweight. For real.
I think so. I think so.
Because there is no grappler at light heavyweight. No grappler at all.
Nope.
Like, I understand they're bigger guys and bigger bodies. They're stronger, got power, but there is nobody that can grapple in that division.
Yeah. Matthew said he doesn't think Strickland is the anomaly. I don't either.
Yeah, same.
No,
and then on top of it, we already know how hard it is to win the title more than once. Like, it's very rare for guys to win the belt back after they've lost it. We've only seen it a handful of times.
Yeah. Israel Adesanya did.
Yeah. He did.
Of course, he lost everything after that. Lost repeatedly.
Done it. Izzy's done it. Alex done it.
GSP done it.
GSP. But after that, though, Stipe.
Yeah, Stipe did.
But yeah, after that, it don't happen too often.
Rose Namajunas.
Rose did win it back. Nunes.
Yeah. Zhang Wei Li's going to.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it is very, very rare, and only people that have done it are all-time greats. So yeah, no, I agree. And digging a little bit deeper into this card, I know we'll really go into this card later on, but the Joshua Van Tatsuro Taira fight.
Bro, phenomenal fight. I mean, you get a high-level grappler in Taira going up against a really good boxer with really good takedown defense in Joshua Van. And you know, the flyweights, man, they got cardio for days. So I think Taira can push the pace, trying to get the grappling going on. And then Van can stuff a few takedowns, but Taira still got energy. And in the pocket, man, Joshua Van got some of the best hands in the UFC.
For sure, he does. And he can put you out. But Tatsuro Taira, man, that boy got a chin. And I think it was Brandon Royval. He hit him with some shots, like some really tough ones, and Tatsuro took him, no problem.
Yeah, I think the thing that did it for me with Taira is when he fought Brandon Moreno. He looked like he made Brandon Moreno look like he didn't even belong in there with him, dog.
Yeah.
Complete domination of Brandon Moreno.
Yeah. And that's another person that might be sliding down and, you know, being out of this era and being done. I mean, not done to where he can't fight. I think that he'll still be able to beat, you know, lower level competition, you know, in the back end of the top 15. But these young guys, man, they different, though. They different.
Yeah.
Last one I'll point at on this card, the Volkov against Acosta fight.
Man, Waldo Cortez Acosta, man, he has been a man on a mission, bro. He's come in the UFC and just went through everybody. And I personally, I think Volkov is just going to be one of those guys that just can never get over a hump. Like he's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's kind of how I look at Volkov. I think Acosta's going to do enough, get it done, and set himself up for a title fight.
Man, I never pick Acosta. I never pick him.
Keep doing it.
And I'm going to do it this time too. I'm Volkov. I'm picking Volkov to go in this fight, and I think it'll be a close fight. And if Acosta wins, I won't be surprised by any means. He's definitely proven the doubters, including me, wrong. Like when he came into after the Contender Series, like I was like, I just don't know if he's got enough power for this division. And he's shown he definitely does have enough power for this division. So, you know, I think he can get it done, but I think that Volkov will be tricky just enough to get it done in this fight. But We'll see, man. We'll see.
Bro, it's a couple more fights we could touch on that card, man. That card is nothing but bangers, dog. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah.
Phenomenal fight, dog. Phenomenal fight.
That's going to be a good one, too. I wonder if that's going to be a WrestleFest or if Buckley's going to be able to keep it standing.
That is going to be the question because if Brady gets it to the ground, it's a wrap. We already saw what Buckley looked like off his back against Kamaru Snoozman.
That's true. That's true. Dude, Jan Blachowicz, former UFC champion, number 5 ranked in the division, is on the prelims.
Yeah, bro, and it's a rematch. I mean, they're running it back to the fight they had 4 months ago. It's something about Blachowicz's style. Like some guys he gets in there with, and it just not play out for a very entertaining fight at all. And I mean, when you think about it, that's pretty much how his fights looked with Bogdan the first time. The Ulberg fight looked like, the Pereira fight looked like that. It's just one of those things where his style, man, and people know he has legit power, and they don't want to walk across the void, and then he's got those heavy leg kicks, man. Like hopefully, I think this fight's gonna be a bit more entertaining. But you know, man, Jan, he is 43 years old now, which is crazy.
Still out there out there at 43. That's nuts.
Yeah,
there's no way. Dude, I turned 46 in 2 days. There's absolutely no way that I would be doing any of this stuff. No way.
Oh man. Like I couldn't even imagine like just healing up from this, man. It's just how you feel like after the fight and the next day, bro.
Dude, after doing legs in the gym, I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to walk. Can you imagine getting kicked in that leg or kicking somebody else? And Jan Blachowicz does that repeatedly. Yeah, I mean, and he's coming off of what was it last year? He had double shoulder surgery, I think it was.
Yep.
Like, dude's a monster, man. He's a monster.
Because he was out 2 years between the Pereira fight, the Ulberg fight. It was out 2 years.
That fool Grimy said, I'm in Jesus' yearbook. I was a freshman, he was a senior, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, but yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. The Atiba Gautier fight should be interesting against Ozzy Diaz. Like this
bro. That we already know what time that's gonna be, man. Atiba Gautier gonna go in there and make quick work of him.
That's why it's gonna be interesting.
A lamb to slaughter.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna tell you a sneaky one, real sneaky on the prelims. Roman Kopylov, Marco Tulio. That's gonna be a banger, dog. That's gonna be a banger.
True. I always like to watch Roman Kopylov fight, man. I always like to watch him, win or lose, man. He's exciting. He's kind of like
and then Joel Alvarez, Amasov on it, bro. Yeah, that card got bangers.
Susakayev is on here. I mean, yeah, this. I feel like they could have gave a couple of these fights to the previous card, to this card that's coming up.
They probably could. Well, what ended up happening, man? The Van Tyra fight got put on there, so it just made the card over the top.
Yeah. If you were Van and Tyra, and obviously Van had the issues with the injury. Let's say that he could have came back this week. Would you? But it's not a numbered card. If you're Joshua Van, do you do that?
Nah, bro. Put me on the big monster card so I can get a bigger payday. I go in there, get my win. I get whatever the language is in the contract. I want to be on the bigger card, be in front of the most eyeballs possible.
I guess that's the thing. Is like, do you get a bigger payday? Like,
we don't know. That's the thing.
What difference do it make? At this point, what difference do it make?
True.
You ain't,
I mean,
you
you
ain't get no
might,
pay. Ain't no pay per
but
view
being on
points
a
going
number
nowhere.
card, man, you might get seen by somebody that want to do some,
True.
want to sponsor you for some, do a little brand deal, something like that. So,
yeah, it could. I don't know, man. It's just the whole economy of the UFC is just very different without the pay per views. The excitement about a pay per view or the excitement about a numbered card, it isn't the same.
I agree with you on that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's like you go through the week and it's like, man, we got a number card this weekend.
Yeah. Do you still watch Embedded?
Bro, I did not watch any embeddeds last week, bro. Not a single one.
There's a reason,
You?
man. No.
Yeah.
I forgot it existed.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I mean, mind you, nobody wants to pay that much for a pay-per-view, but I do think that exclusivity, that paywall, and it being special is gone.
Yeah.
Anywho, man, before we jump out of here, man, I know you were talking about possibly doing a stream later on this week.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. We'll see. I might, because I wanna do a little stream at night at some point during the week. Who knows? It could even be tomorrow, but I feel like I need to figure something out and go from there. I might even like do somewhere like I'll put a link in the chat and people can jump on the stream if they want to.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, very, very. Very.
Frankie did that, and yeah, it's very festive. I'll say that. It was ridiculous, man. But again, shout out to MMA Anomaly for his birthday. Shout out to me for mine. Shout out to all the other creators and everything, man. But if y'all haven't liked the stream, make sure y'all go and do that. And yeah, till next time.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Come back next Monday to chop it up.
So please, whatever.